Hey all, let's head over to a new camera-based object detection system project that I've spun up. Let's watch for it to spin, and we're going to take a look at a new automotive safety case workflow development system that we've put in place. So you can see that this safety case development exercise will put together from an item definition, a HARA and FSC, and finally a safety case, all in a sequential format that you can iteratively build. So you can see that I already run this, so it cached some ready-for-review items, but let's try running it again. So the idea is you can define any item up here. In the future, we'll implement this through with our previous interface where you can import all of these items and choose them from some artifacts. And you define the function. So this is all autofilled from upstream and the interfaces and the operating modes. So just for the sake of it, let's change some of this around. So this is front-facing for autonomous emergency braking. Let's see. Let's just change this for autonomous driving on highway during daylight hours. And we'll leave the interfaces that we have, and we'll leave the same operating modes. But let's take this new one and let's regenerate. And what's going to happen in the background is you can see that it's going to generate downstream items, and it's going to show under each one which one is completed generating as it sequentially completes. And as it does so, we'll be able to review those intermediate items. So now we can see a trace between each of the artifacts that are being generated. So I'm just pulling up the logs on my side so I can make sure this is making progress. And as soon as it does, we'll be able to see some feedback here, and then we'll be able to scroll through the previous ones. Okay, so it looks like at least the Hara should have just been completed. And yeah, there we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, looks like it completed everything before it showed anything as complete. So identified hazards. You can see that most of these are directly traced to the scenarios from above. And in the future, we'll actually give the traceable IDs so you can view the graph as we build all of these together. So it's camera malfunction leading to loss of object detection capability in that particular scenario. The event of that failure is failure to detect vehicles, pedestrians, and obstacles ahead, et cetera, et cetera. And we have all of these. And the idea is we can make this item definition much narrower if we so desired. Okay, so now we come down, we can see the same in the functional safety concept. You can see that there are some safety goals and some FSRs. So safety goals include ensure the forward-facing camera operates correctly without malfunction to guarantee proper object detection, which is traced directly from the first identified hazard. And then similarly, an FSR that's traced from that, implement self-diagnostic checks. And then we map that into the technical safety concept. So the hardware must function in this temperature range, et cetera, et cetera. We map it into system design, so some system architecture, some implementation details. We map it into test cases and test plans. And finally, we map those into the actual safety case, which is composed of some safety claims, supporting evidence, and that's it. Okay, so as we approve each of these, we can either change them. And if we change these, then those changes will propagate through the rest of the artifacts. So you can say camera malfunction leading to loss of object detection capability, and steering. So you can see that as soon as we do that, it propagates through. Or we can mark this one as complete, and we can change that. And if we mark all of them as complete, we're able to see that this first one is done. And then we can complete the safety case, get it all saved, and have that viewable in the GSM format. So still some rough edges, but a new interface that makes this whole singular workflow a little bit clearer as we move in the direction of being able to mutate the ODD and see the propagation through the entire